Hello, this is Palagi. Thank you for tuning into my channel, and today I'm very excited to be reviewing this truly remarkable folding knife by Lionsteel, known as the T.R.E, which is an acronym for 3 Rapid Exchange. This is an award-winning knife designed by Michael Pensato, and it's very easy to see why it is. We'll go ahead and break it down as the review progresses here. Lionsteel is a company out of Italy and are known for overbuilt folding knives such as the TR1, as well as a collaboration with Spyderco known as the Lion Spy, and they have other stout knives in both folding and fixed blade variety. This is the first time I've directly experienced what Lionsteel has to offer, and I have to say they knocked it clean out of the park with this one. Blade shape is a modified drop point, which happens to be one of my favorites because of the versatility it offers, as well as the classic aesthetics that just resonates with my particular tastes. Notice how they cap the spine, which looks very nice and adds to the overall refinement of the knife. But as you can see, the spine tapers to a thin section toward the front of the blade and forms a swedge. Then it opens up like a base of like a spear almost, and then again narrows to a precise tip that I always look for in my EDC blades. The blade has this subtle stone-washed finish to it. The action is the absolute smoothest I've ever felt in the flipper before, and that's really saying something. I believe this is a result of it riding on an IKBS, which stands for Ikoma Korth bearing system. This is a proprietary bearing system unlike anything I've experienced. This is precisely why there is zero blade play and an almost undetectable amount of resistance, resulting in a knife deployment that simply must be felt in order to fully appreciate its beauty. This can be found in very high-end knives by like Todd Beggs and other makers, and I assure you I'll be actively searching for knives that offer this fantastic system. I'm sure it doesn't translate through camera, but the best way I can describe the feeling is as the detent breaks, it has this buttery, smooth, and refined feeling during its travel, and when it locks up, it has this very soft, almost cushioned feel when the blade reaches top dead center and the titanium lock engages. Speaking of which, it is a titanium frame lock that locks up somewhere in the neighborhood of 25% and is about as solid as the day is long. There's absolutely zero movement whatsoever in any direction, as previously mentioned. When the blade glides that freely and the lockup is that solid, it is an indication of exceptional quality, and there's no doubt in my mind that this knife is just that. There is a removable hardened steel plate that doubles as an over-travel stop, so you don't inadvertently tweak your lock bar out of place, which is a nice touch. If you're watching this video, you probably know better than to overextend it, but if you let someone else use the knife, who knows what could happen. The physical flipper itself is nice, however, it would have been great to see it as nicely rounded and softened like the cap spine here. By the way, the flipper is removable, and you also have the option to place a thumb stud on the top of the spine there. So you're able to have either one or both on at once, depending on your particular preferences. They actually did a great job designing this. It just adds to its versatility without any sacrifice to looks or function, as is normally the case when designers try this sort of thing out. This could have very easily turned into a hokey feature, but as is, I think it's a complete win. It comes complete with this very nice carved wooden box that holds the different accessories, a couple extra screws, as well as a T6 and T8 Torx bit on a ring to switch them out. The handle scales on this particular version is this beautiful titanium with these shallow striations milled throughout the entirety of the handle. They don't offer much in the way of traction, but it does look great. The knife feels just great in hand, as all the edges are properly chamfered and everything tapers off nicely, resulting in the comfortable grip mentioned, but also remarkable aesthetics. The overall size of the knife is relatively small, which makes it a perfect EDC option for me. I understand that preferences vary, and so some may prefer a larger knife. I do wear a medium-sized glove, and my hands fill the handle pretty nicely. To give you a point of reference, we'll go ahead and compare it to some of my other all-time favorite knives. Here it is compared to the Nakamura, Benchmade Nakamura. This is the -1 in carbon fiber. We'll go ahead and throw the Spyderco Positron in there for fun. And then also the previously reviewed ZT0450CF. And we can't forget the beloved 940-1. You can probably see somewhat of a theme amongst my favorite carry knives, and if you favor similar knives, you may like this one as well. Getting back to the knife, you can see this really cool blue anodized backspacer that kind of gives somewhat of a skeletonized or cut out appearance. Staying consistent with the motif, the edges on the backspacers are nicely rounded, and the blue looks fantastic with the titanium. This knife comes as shown with different colored anodized backspacer as well as a carbon fiber version. To my surprise, I actually found the titanium version to be more striking. I'd normally opt for carbon fiber, as many of my viewers might guess. The carbon fiber looks cool too and costs the same, but there was just something about this one that instantly grabbed me. I noticed that they make this knife in a G10 version at a substantial discount. So from a purely functional standpoint, this may be the way to go if you're simply looking for a very well-built knife with no frills, as long as it is not a knockoff, as I have seen Lionsteel knives being cloned. Don't get me wrong, the G10 version is still a striking knife. It just doesn't have that wow factor for me. And, you know, when you start getting into these prices, it makes sense to me to just get exactly what I'm looking for, as opposed to compromising. Although the price difference does make it very tempting, I will admit. The pocket clip is also anodized that unique and beautiful blue color, and if you look closely, it has those very subtle striations in the titanium like the rest of the knife. Aesthetically, it is very understated, which I feel adds to the overall class of the knife, but it's very functional as well. This clip offers the perfect amount of retention, which has become an important attribute that can make or break my EDC choices. This knife is designed as a tip-up folder and can be switched to the other side for left-hand users. All in all, I could not be happier with this knife. It is so very rare that I find a product that is so well done that there's absolutely nothing that I would change about it. This is an excellent example of that. Of course, opinions will vary, just like we mentioned before, but this knife is the epitome of what I am looking for in an EDC knife. It's small, it's lightweight, it's unobtrusive in pocket, it offers perfect clip tension, deploys very quickly and smoothly, it's, easily closed one-handed. They use my all-time favorite folding knife still, which is M390. It's just a beautiful, solidly built, extremely smooth piece of functional art. I really don't know of any other way to put it. If there's one downside, I would say it's the price tag, but if there's one knife that you could splurge for, I'd urge you to consider this one. It's an absolute Hall of Fame A+ knife for me and my preferences. Anyway, guys, there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. As always, if you do have any questions, feel free to leave your mark down in the comment section. If you liked the video, please feel free to like, share, favorite, and subscribe. Anyway, until next time, this is Palagi, signing off.